Chosen ones. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the story of Cain and Abel. I didn't take any notes, and I'm not gonna look into the Bible to find those verses, but um, I just want to take this time to share. I'm sure you all know the story of Cain and Abel. So I'll be using this story to compare it to the real world, the world that we live in today. So we know that the reason Cain killed Abel was because of jealousy, and Cain thought he could get away with his murder, but God heard um, the cry from Abel, from his blood. His blood cried out. The reason why Cain killed Abel was because of the way that Abel was making his sacrifices to God. Cain felt that that Abel was God's favorite because the majority of everything that Abel did, he did, better than Cain. His sacrifices came from his heart, and because of that, God would bless Cain more than he would bless. He would bless Abel more than he would bless Cain. So that story is pretty short. It's simple. Now, a question that I would ask myself sometimes, I would ask, why would God place a story like that towards the beginning of the Bible? You know, why something so terrible, would be placed in the beginning of the Bible? And it's crazy too because in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, and then there was Adam and Eve, and then Cain and Abel, and already in the beginning of the Bible, there's a murder. Now, because the God that we serve, I believe wholeheartedly that God places these stories, you know, not to give us something to read and but these stories were real, and taken they were all written in order, not towards the New Testament, but like everything that has happened and everything that has occurred since the book of Genesis until Matthew, the book of the New Testament. Those things, they all took place in the correct order. So that's how you know that we serve a true living God who is the truth. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Now, I want to compare this story to the world that we live in now. I compare the story of Cain and Abel to our own family, our own siblings. Cain and Abel, it doesn't have to be, your brother. Cain could be, your sister. Cain could be your uncle. Cain can be even your own child, your best friend, even your own wife, your husband. Cain can be portrayed as any of these individuals, any of these people in your life. Now, you don't have to literally kill or murder someone, physically, but it is also mentally, and it's also in your heart. You may not tell someone, I'm going to kill you because of this and that, but um, people, have a mind of their own. They have these thoughts. They can picture, someone else's death. You know what I mean? So you could kill somebody in your heart. how you feel. You don't have to tell them that person, but it's a feeling. And the reason why these things happen is because of the spirit of jealousy. When somebody else sees something that you have that they don't, they get jealous. And they think that it's like some kind of competition. Everybody's trying to see who has, the best of the best, who has, the nicest looking car, or the finest looking girlfriend, or who has all, more money than who, and you know what I mean? And, just like Cain, that he was jealous of his brother so much that, you know, um, that he killed Abel because of it. Now, you know, I'm comparing to this story to the world that we live in today, because this is really what is going on in our families right now. Jealousy is really destroying our relationship that we have with one another, with our siblings, with our parents, our friends. And I believe God placed that story towards the beginning because of family. Adam and Eve and Cain and Abel, that's they're a family. And just like now in this world that we live in today, we all have a family. And so, that's why I marvel at God, because God is is a God who works in mysterious ways, and everything that he puts into the Bible and the way he places all these stories, and um, I think it's a work of art. It's amazing, the God that we serve. And to end off this video, now you can see, this year 2023, you see how our families are, how our families work. The love that we have within each other's family isn't really the same love that we used to have like before. Nowadays, we're all trying to compete with each other, but you know, your own family won't understand, because you are chosen by God. And this video is specifically for you. I want you to know that, the spirit of jealousy is roaming around rapidly right now, and it's ruining people's relationships. And so Spirit was just, I wanted to make this video specifically just for you, because you are God's chosen one. And I hope that you would spread this message with one another. And, I hope that we can, I rebuke the spirit of jealousy in the name of Jesus. Now, this just came up. Maybe God could have stopped that from occurring. God could have stopped Cain from killing Abel. But because God gave us a soul of our own. We have our own spirit. We have our own mind, so that we can do things that we choose to do. But in the world at that time, um, the snake that deceived Eve, and she bit the apple, and they were kicked out of the garden. So, that was when sin came upon at that time. So Cain, did, I believe because Cain was the seed of Adam and Eve, and Eve bit that apple. So sin, that was a curse that Eve was carrying, and it was probably carried on to her son Cain. I could be wrong. Whoever's watching this video, you might have your own opinions. I'm gonna end the video there. I didn't take any notes on this video. I just wanted to just share this real quick. Oh, real quick, I have something else. So since you are God's chosen one, God is going to separate you. God is going to separate you from your family, from your friends, right? God is going to isolate you because God is going to be using you. So this whole Cain and Abel story, this is portrayed for everyone, all the viewers who are watching this video. But uh, if you are chosen, you'll know that you're chosen. If you know that you are chosen, you know that God has a plan and God has a purpose for your life. So, disregarding the story of Cain and Abel, um, you're gonna have to, cut those ties. I might have to make a video for that too. But being a chosen one, you're the black sheep of your family. So usually you will get betrayals. People will backstab you and talk behind your back and slander your name, and you know people will hate you and persecute you, and you'll know these things. So God will separate you from the bunch, and God will use you for His will, for for His kingdom here on earth and in heaven. So I just want to just say this real quick. Don't feel like you're going to be left out because I told you about the story of Cain and Abel. That you know remember that we are not wrestling against flesh and blood. Like I said, it was the spirit of jealousy um, that got attached to Cain, and that is the reason he killed his brother. So don't think that your own siblings, your sister, brother, or whatever, or cousin, if you feel that hate and that animosity that they may have towards you, don't feel rejected, and don't feel like they don't like you or whatsoever. But you know you'll know. Energy don't lie. um you'll feel that. Once you feel that, just recognize that, and um just ignore it and move on with your life. You don't have to say nothing. Just be quiet. Move on with your life, mind your business, and they'll know that when you stop talking to them, and that you are chosen by God. You know that God has a plan and God has a purpose for your life, and you want to start moving in silence, and you want to don't use that rejection. Don't use that as a you know to let you down because God is using you. No. um, just look at it as a as a good thing. Use that as a you being a blessing in their life, knowing who you are. But you got to also know that it's time for you to move on, so that God can use you. It's called love from a distance. It's called tough love. It might be hard because you love that person, but when you know that it's it's for the better, right? For your own life. Don't feel bad about it. Just they know the kind of person that you are, and they won't take you for granted. They'll probably still talk about you and when what's whatever, and then they'll probably have people come against you, but don't worry about that. You know what I mean? Why you know why focus on something that is not going to help your growth in life, that's not going to help develop you? you know what is not going to benefit you? All that hate and all that jealousy and all that, that's not going to help you, but to try to bring you down. And that you're chosen when you feel when all these things are coming up against you. And I think I'm going to end the video right there. And I just hope that I helped I helped you in any best way that I could with this video. um, don't feel free to to like, comment, and subscribe, share. Let me know what you think, and I'll continue to make more videos every day. And I thank you, and God bless.